Hello, friends. Discovering intelligent creatures is the greatest dream of humankind. We study outer space looking to answer the main question, are we alone in the universe? But what if our brothers by intelligence live very close by and we simply don't notice them? We presumptuously believe that only humans have self-awareness on Earth, but what if there are animals that are superior to us in some cases? Crows are known to be incredibly cunning and smart creatures, but just recently the scientists discovered that the New Caledonian crows can do what seems to be impossible for birds. Like chess players, they can plan their actions several steps ahead, choosing the most appropriate out of the 3 behavior options and even use improvised tools to solve their tasks. The researchers have developed an ingenious test. According to the test, the crows need to use a short stick to push a stone out of a narrow tube. After that, the stone needs to be placed into another tube using a long stick. This would free the platform with a piece of tasty meat. The difficulty is that each stage is isolated from the next one with a wooden shield, so that the crows can only see one part of the task at a time. To further complicate the test, the scientists randomly change the position of the 2 tubes so that the crows need to work from memory to find the right instrument. What's the point of all this? To pass the test, the crows need to keep in mind the location of the long stick, the stone, and the meat, and then use the knowledge to make a plan. Solving this kind of problem in an online planning mode would lead to errors, so this test was perfectly suited to the purpose of the study. Surprisingly, many crows passed the test on the first try, showing exceptional results. This definitely proves that they are capable of complex, phrased planning. One more crow experiment, proving the remarkable intelligence. Do crows think like us when they use tools? A container with a tasty larva at the bottom is put in front of the crow. But how can the crow get it? The bottom is closed. Maybe try it from above? But it still can't be reached. It seems that the bird is as puzzled as we are. That's encouraging. Finally, the bird is given a hint. The bottom of the container has a lid which can be opened using a wire as a lever. It's impossible to explain to the crow what exactly the trick is, but the bird soon finds the solution on its own. A little effort and the lid is off. The crow gets the reward, but doesn't understand the concept of pushing on the lid to get it open. We'll find out now. The lever is taken away. Now, everything is almost as it was before. The only difference is that the crow has gained experience. The larva is in place, the lever is gone, but the crow seems to have an idea. It hasn't used stones before, an ingenious technical solution. There are many more experiments that prove the high intelligence of these birds. Just look how the crow is trying to raise the water level of the tube in order to get the food. And what is it exactly that people can do? Talk, joke, solve math problems, understand words, deceive, be sad, get offended, love, use tools, cook food? Is this what makes us different from animals? But monkeys can do that too. If you don't believe me, see for yourself. Monkeys with hunting spears were first discovered in southeast Senegal in 2005 by Jill Proutz of the Iowa State University and her British colleague Pacro Bertolani of the University of Cambridge. Everyone immediately thought of the Rise of the Planet of the Apes movie, but to everyone's relief, the chimpanzees didn't use them against them. Observing the 10 pan troglodytes versus chimpanzees living in the Senegalese savanna, the researchers recorded 26 various tools. The scientists irrevocably borrowed 12 of these tools from the monkeys, brought them to the lab and analyzed. The anthropologists weren't particularly interested in sticks for digging up termites and stone hammers. Chimpanzees have been using those for several thousand years, which can't be said about the spear-like tool. The average length of this instrument is about 60 centimeters. The process of its production might include over 4 steps. Most often, the monkey breaks off a live branch, cleans off the leaves and small branches, peels off the bark, and sharpens the tip using its teeth. And this is how an unpleasant surprise for one of the cutest primates in Africa, the Senegal bush baby, Galago senegalensis, gets made. Still don't believe that monkeys are very smart? Then take a look at this most interesting experiment. Tasty food is placed under a rather heavy load. The monkey tries to move the load any way it can, but soon realizes that it's too heavy and goes to ask the human for help. It is both sweet and impressive at the same time. So, if the monkeys are capable of asking for help, the question arises, are they capable of providing help? Apparently, they are. Take a look at this experiment. A person pretends to accidentally drop some objects and then pretends not to be able to reach them. If the monkey understands what the person wants, it helps immediately. But sure, if you dropped a banana, you can go ahead and forget about it. Also, Japanese scientists have proven that baby chimpanzees have an amazing visual memory, which allows them to remember the position of the numbers on the screen better and faster than Japanese students. If this doesn't surprise you, then get ready to hear something truly unbelievable. You're a bad, dirty toilet. That's what a gorilla named Coco once said. Coco is the research subject of the Stanford University USA scientists, everyone's favorite, and a YouTube star. Coco's anger was caused by her partner, a gorilla named Michael, who had torn a leg of her favorite ragdoll. Coco used sign language to articulate her four-word insult to Michael. Gorillas and chimpanzees usually use very simple sentences, consisting of one or two words, such as give or give banana or give green banana. But Coco is a genius. She also loves humor. She once called herself a good bird, claiming that she could fly, but later she said that she was joking. Coco is capable of abstract thinking. She knows what boredom and imagination are. Having once seen a horse with a bit in its mouth, she said, "Sad horse," pointing to its teeth. She may feel bad and use a scale to express exactly how bad she feels. And when she was shown a picture of a monkey being taken to the bath, she said, "I cry there." Coco doesn't like bathing, like many children. Despite her being 44 years old, she can be called a child of 3 to 5 years. On average, monkeys reach the development level of a 2 to 3-year-old human child. Kanzi is the name of another monkey genius, a pygmy chimpanzee. Kanzi communicates using lexicograms, but after watching the video with Coco the gorilla, he learned something from the American Sign Language. Kanzi understands human speech perfectly well. The video shows him doing everything the owner asks him to do. She wore a mask on purpose so as not to give Kanzi any hints. Like many smart monkeys, he tries to mimic our articulation in order to literally speak in a human voice. Unfortunately, the larynx and ligament structures in monkeys prevents them from succeeding. Thus, Kanzi won't be able to speak. But his descendants might if they are trained. In a few million years, according to the scientists, speech is the only thing that distinguishes us from them. We are more alike in everything else than is commonly believed. Despite the fact that dolphins live in water and resemble all other marine inhabitants, they are much more like humans than it seems. Dolphins are warm-blooded animals that give birth to calves and nurse them instead of spawning. They don't have scales, instead their body is covered with smooth and soft skin. They communicate with each other through ultrasound signal words, 14,000 of them which have already been identified. Now attention! The average person has a vocabulary of only 8,000 words, which is almost half as much. Furthermore, the dolphins are ahead of humans in the psychological parameters of the brain. The human mental organ weighs 1,400 grams on average, and the weight of the dolphin's brain is 1,700 grams. Moreover, as disappointing as it may be, they also have way more brain convulsions than humans do. So why is it us who catch them and force them to perform in aquariums, and not the other way around? The dolphin's problem is lack of hands, or rather palms with fingers, that could do delicate work. In addition, dolphins did not have to fight hard to survive in the process of evolution, competing with other biological species since they are the very top of the food chain in the sea. Humans had to fight fiercely for their place in the sun. Thus, dolphins aren't inferior to humans in intelligence and are even ahead of us in certain parameters. There is no doubt that they have self-awareness and understanding of the abstract phenomena, but in the absence of technical civilization, they still remain animals, albeit the most intelligent ones. Dolphins don't usually live alone. Their pods have complex social structure in which each individual has their own specific place. Dolphins exhibit a very mobile and inquisitive behavior. While most wild animals avoid contact with people or show aggression towards them, dolphins love playing and communicating with people, especially children. They aren't only friendly with people, but with some other animals as well. In the entire history of observation, not a single case of dolphins attacking a human has been recorded. But unfortunately, humans attack dolphins all the time. There are many mysteries about dolphins that people can't solve. For example, the mystery of the dolphin's speed. In 1936, a British zoologist, Sir James Gray, pointed out the great speed, up to 37 kilometers per hour according to his data, that dolphins can develop. Having done the necessary calculations, Gray showed that the laws of hydrodynamics won't allow dolphins to achieve this speed with the muscle strength that they have. This mystery is called the Gray paradox. The search for a solution is ongoing to some extent. Dolphins also have a phenomenal ability to self-heal. In the event of a wound, even a large one, they don't bleed out or die of infection as one might assume. Instead, their flesh begins to recover quickly, so after only a few weeks, there will be almost no visual scars in the place of a deep wound, from shark teeth for example. Interestingly enough, the behavior of the injured animals is almost no different from the regular. This suggests that the dolphin's nervous system is capable of blocking pain in critical situations. The government of India has recently excluded dolphins from the list of animals and assigned them to the status of non-human species. Thus, India has become the first country to recognize that dolphins are intelligent and self-aware creatures. What do you think? What exactly distinguishes people from animals? Self-awareness, ethics, emotions? Recent studies point out the controversy in all of these points. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.